Are we doing it till we can't get it done again, or what? Is it going to be straight?
It's going to be straight. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of the ANC podcast presenting Pro Wrestling Unraveled. Today we have our special guest, none other than the Gorilla Squad. We got Michael Devine, LA Tank, and Ali Steele. And of course, we got ECW original Chili Willie in the house. And myself, the host, Andrew Campbell.
Hey, Spud, bring me a pillow.
Now, we did have some technical difficulties on the first time we tried to do this. These guys are our first guest.
Can't tell it.
Hey, we missing one member. We missing one member, man.
We are.
Big D Mac.
Yeah, Mac said he's gonna be late.
He'll be here soon.
That's right. But Gorilla Squad, I got a question for all you guys. What's gonna be the next mission for the Gorilla Squad in 2021?
The next mission.
Same thing we did last time. Take over the world.
That's it. I'm sorry, did you not get the memo? This is what we're going to do. We're going to eat meat, leave nothing behind. That's what we're going to do. We're going to win every belt that we want. We're going to beat every monkey that gets in the ring with us. And we're going to walk out with the big check, breaking their necks, and all the gold. Next question.
All right.
We're gonna fill our pockets up till they're overflowing.
There you go.
Who's on the radar? Who's on the radar down there in North Carolina for the Gorilla Squad?
I'm gonna be real, man. I still got a bad taste in my mouth for losing them titles to the Bulldogs, to the Georgia Bulldogs, man.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I love Mark. I love Sean. We got to come get you first.
No,
we got a little something for that. I mean, even if I hate to say it, if you lose your titles, you're going to get this ass whooping just catered straight to you just for taking them from us. Because, Chill, they took our titles in Virginia and down here in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Let everyone know what promotion is that? What promotion y'all talking about here? So everyone know.
In Virginia, it was what? CPW?
Yeah, Classic Pro Wrestling.
And then down here in RWA.
Yeah.
It was, I love those titles in RWA, bro.
We were the first.
Those things were nice. They were huge. Yeah. They were heavy. They were like us, man. You know what I'm saying? They were big and beautiful.
And we were the first tag team champions and the longest reigning tag team champions.
Ooh.
And those two midgets came. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We faced a lot of people in RWA, man, and we always were able to pull it out. And messing with them, nah, them boys, man, shining on their ass that night.
How did you guys lose the titles that night?
Probably a banana peel, man. Honestly, we got a bad habit of being overconfident at times. Mike telling me to focus.
No. It's not overconfidence. We have to always remember that we still have to abide by the law of averages. And you figure as long as we had those belts, as many times as we defended them, the law average says out of all those times, a monkey's going to get lucky. I'm not saying that the Bulldogs aren't good, because the Bulldogs are good. But they just got to be now. We just got to be better when we get them again.
And I'm going to be real with you, man. The Bulldogs have a formula, man. And what they wind up doing, they kind of remind me of Rocky. You know what I'm saying? But in a tag team kind of form, because no matter how much you give them, no matter how hard you hit them, how long you choke them boys stay there. Yeah. They are in the fight. And if you ever give them that much, them boys rattle off. And that night, I know they hit move after move after move right there towards the end. I'm breathing heavy. Mike, we moving around. Everybody's moving around. And all of a sudden, they just rattle the moves off, man. And it was just, 3 seconds ain't a long time. So,
That's
I
right.
gotta, hey, to be real, I gotta train better, chill. You can't be pushing
You
around
gotta get the
400
in-ring.
pounds. Yeah, man, you can't be
Yes,
pushing
sir.
400 pounds and then go to
Hey,
bull job.
there's that cardio outside the ring, and then there's that in-ring cardio.
Mhm.
You don't
Yes.
understand. So
Yes.
I tell anybody, man, you gotta get that in-ring cardio because when you kick down to the fourth quarter, woo, you know,
And-
Hey,
Joker's
I
kicking
can
out of
truly
Joker's
say,
kicking out of they kicking out of your signature moves. What you gonna do? You gotta come up with something else. You know what I mean?
hey, when your moves don't have that zing to them like they normally do,
Mhm.
then people
Sir.
gonna walk away from it. And
Yep.
I
Right,
truly
right.
think that's what happened that night, man. Because
And
we hit them with
and
some things now.
yeah, and there was one other component, and we're gonna talk about it because he ain't here yet. It was right after Brother Mac got shot. So it
Okay.
changed
Our
up the whole
minds
thing
wasn't really
because normally I would be outside the ring doing the strategy.
Mhm.
I had to be in. So we were just all it. There was that had us a little bit off. But you know what? You learn from everything. You learn from failure. You learn
That's
from
right.
it.
Right,
So
right.
when it comes back, Bulldogs, when you hear this, you'll hear this, Bulldogs. It's our brother Steele was right. Got love for you, but you took something from us. It's personal, baby. We got to get it back.
Hey, chill. We don't do the 3-strike rule.
Yeah,
Nah,
Normally,
nah.
if you do it one time, we come get you.
Yeah.
yeah. So
So, man, and I could point the finger and say Tank ain't do what the fuck he's supposed to do. I could say it. I could say it, but I'm not gonna do that to Tank because he don't deserve that kind of shit, man.
Tank, what you gotta say, Tank?
I'm only playing. I'm only playing. I'm
But
gonna tell you
what-
real talk, Tank. It's my fault too, because I ain't touched none of them with this right here.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it. If you a knockout artist and you don't touch them at least one time in the chin, how you expect to win?
Yeah.
Well,
So I'm gonna tell you now, Chill. When we get back, I'm knocking out all bums.
and that's the
Gotta
thing.
get him,
That's
gotta get him.
in a tag team, and I've tagged up with Ali and Tank. It's the dynamic. So when one thing is off, it makes a difference. So
Yeah.
that night, even though we went there with our mindset to do it, we also in the back of our mind we had a brother down and lost focus.
Kind of felt
know.
like Mike Tyson when he went up against Buster Douglas. To be
Woo,
real.
George Jesus, yes, we got busted.
Yeah. You felt like you could do it, but it was just like your mind was everywhere.
Right.
Speaking of tag teams and everything, Ali, your former tag team, the AT&T with Tito Reigns.
Yeah.
What made you guys decide on that
Yo.
name, and what brought you guys together?
Wow.
To be real, I had met Tito. I want to say about a year prior to all of that, really, and doing what I normally would do. I meet somebody who wants to do well in the business.
Mhm.
He was already in the business. He was training down there in Clinton, and actually, a friend of mine, Moses, actually said, "Hey, man, come with me out here. I got a guy I want you to meet." Get out there with him. I get out there. I see Zane. I see Dave. Hey, Dawson. I realize, oh man, I know these dudes, right? So then I meet Tito. Well, we were talking about wrestling. He was talking about how, he had been wanting to be a wrestler, was excited about it and all that stuff. He had a little it factor from the beginning, had a great physique, was built like a brick shit house at the time.
Yeah. I remember Tito.
I was like, dude, I got something. You let's go. So I started trying to bring him along a little bit, show him some different promoters and show him some different things. And I was working out with those guys for a while down there in Clinton, helping them guys out just a little bit, because I grassroots, man, that's just what I do. I'm grassroots, man. My nose ain't up at all. But And that's really how it started. We were training. I started trying to pull him around with me a little bit. So then we started going to these different places, man. And one promotion was like, "Hey, man, why don't y'all be a tag team?" Because my thing was, I tried to do him the way CW did me.
Mm.
CW didn't tag with me, but he wanted a lot of places. He worked with me
Ah.
and he pulled me and he showed me. And even though I was doing green shit, he was like, "I'm not about, I'm gonna show you how to get through this." And he just took care of me, man. So I tried to do that with Tito, but opposite. I put him beside me and let him kind of see how I did it while we were out there. And he did really well, man. He did really well. And then we split a little bit. I had a partner that I was tagging with at the time named Tyrone Knox. He did a lot of work up at a lot of job working in the '80s up in WWE. And Tyrone was no nonsense. He wasn't gonna sit back in the back talk about all these daggone spots. He was like, "Hey, you want me to start?" Man, them dudes were sitting in the back 20 minutes talking about this match with me. Tyrone would be out doing whatever he was doing to come back and be like, "Y'all ready?" And then he would look at me and go, "Hey, you want me to start?" I'm like, "I guess, yeah. I mean, we just talked about it, but go ahead and start." So
Yeah,
it
let's
was
have some fun.
easy. Yeah, it was just easy with Tyrone because Tyrone wasn't gonna play with it. He was gonna go out there. He was gonna do what he did, and then I was able to sit back, kind of mentor Tito at the time, show him what to do, show him how to play off your partner, play off of
Mm.
uh, the guys that your opponents, your dancing partners also. And we had some really nice matches and we had some pretty nice times actually. But then we kind of lost a little bit of contact, and then
Mm.
that's when I reunited with him when I got the Power Pro with Mike. Because then I was like, "Oh, Tito out here too." So, but by that time, Tito was well into what he was doing, and you know, we didn't look back at the past at the time because he was doing his thing.
Okay.
I don't even know. I don't know what he's doing now, but it was fun while it lasted, man. He had a lot of potential, actually.
Mm.
He had a lot of potential. He was older than I was at the time. When I met him, he was already like 42 or 43, getting into business.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, but you couldn't have told it because Tito was an anomaly, man. He didn't have any knee problems. He didn't have no kind of issues. He just
Dang.
would go out there and do the thing. Talking about somebody that could lift a motor, man. That dude was so damn strong. I saw him come into the gym, just grab 315, just start moving it. Didn't even realize that he could do it. And I'm like, dude, are you serious? So when we got serious with it, his his strength went through the roof. It was
Wow.
crazy. But yeah, he was fun to work with. He was fun to work with.
That's nice.
He was a blast from the past too. He really was old school, and that
Mm.
was kind of refreshing at the time.
Do you guys feel like there should be more old school in the, I guess you could say, new age of professional wrestling?
Yes.
And yes,
Mm.
Well, I really think because I'm a crossbreed when it comes to that because I'm old enough to love old school, but I was trained differently, man. I was trained. CW didn't train me to be the old Hogan wrestler, send
Yeah.
him into the ropes, hit him with a clothesline, send him into the ropes, hit him with a big boot. No, man. You pyramid everything, man. You know what I'm saying? You reverse into this, the reverse out of that, just to get into this hip toss. You know what I'm saying? Um, right now, I'm just fat and out of breath. Can't do all of that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get back to that. But it's kind of like I was explaining to you guys the other day, man. You know, you have to do certain things, man. You don't have to be a spot monkey. You know what I'm saying? But you have to know at what point in the match where you are at the time, who needs to be over. You know what I'm saying? So in the beginning, yeah, the faces gotta be over, bruh. this is not the day and age of going out there as the big bad heel, cutting a man off right from the beginning and just going straight to the heat session. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that. Like you have to put them over. You have to get them over, even a little bit in the beginning.
You gotta tell the story.
Yeah, you got to tell that story, man. Even if you just tell it a little bit in the beginning, because let's face it, the way we are, we're always so much bigger than everybody. You know, so it's only like the story that we tell is going to have to be a little bit different. Because you're not going out there bumping us in the beginning like you would normally bump the heel.
Right.
But we can register everything. We can let you over. You can still out quick us. You can still fire up and get out of the way. Let us miss stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can still be over. We help you get us over. And that's the issue that I think a lot of people have with us, is they don't want to have to ask us. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that part because you have to ask us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to we have to allow it. And because you're not going to take it from me. But I've always been that way. You know, it's better to get along with me than to try to get along with me. If you get, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to get with me.
Yeah.
Not in the ring. Right. Don't do that. Let's just work together. Don't try to do that to me in the ring. Don't try to take nothing from me. Because if I think all of us, I'm speaking for everybody, if I feel like you're trying to hurt me, bruh, that game is not going to buy well for you.
Right. Exactly.
But if we can dance, let's dance, man. Because I love to put people over. And I think we've had a lot of people, like promoters, who thought differently. They they thought our personas, they saw our personas first. And then they thought that you couldn't work with us.
Yeah.
Oh, those guys are too big. They're not going to put these guys over. Why would we not put them over? Isn't that the name of the game?
Right.
Now, if you got a problem with us having a heat session, now, come on now. We're going to have a heat session.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to have a heat session.
Here's the thing, when people say old school, for old school, it's psychology. That's what's missing in the modern stuff. You can have your flippy floppy stuff. You can have all that. What's the psychology behind it? What is the story you tell them? Because if you're doing all that flippy floppy stuff, again, like you said earlier, the law average means you're gonna miss one time, and so you're in the ring with all these steel 400 pounds, Michael Devine 268, LA Tank 280. You're doing that flippy floppy stuff, and you slip and fall on that banana peel. Well, a clothesline from hell is coming from somewhere. It's gonna lay you out. You got to have psychology. Why are you doing the stuff you're doing?
But you know what, Mike? My biggest problem with that is kind of like you said, man. I don't mind you doing the flippity floppity stuff, but don't do it so I can stand there and watch you do it. Because it's like the other day. If I stand there and I watch you do it, Mike said the other day,
squat.
Dude, you know, AC, you jumped in the ring. It was nice that you could jump in the ring over the top rope. That was a beautiful move.
Yep.
But you did it right in front of him. He wasn't turned around or nothing. So he had to clothesline you out your little boots. I mean, he had to. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, these guys do stuff just to do it.
Yeah.
Instead of, let me do the small stuff like duck a clothesline from Ali. Let me poke him in his eye to get a reaction, and maybe he's blind. Then I'll run up the ropes and let him feed into this crossbody, or let me feed into this drop kick, or let him feed into whatever the move that you're gonna do. And it doesn't have to be an eye poke. I just said it, but just do something to get me to the point where maybe I don't see you, so I'm not standing looking at you do it. But I see a lot of that. And people actually stand there and do it. It's just like people grabbing somebody to send them off the ropes, but they are on one side and they just arm throw them, and they watch them run all the way across there, 5 to 7 steps to hit the ropes and come 5 to 7 steps back. And these people that are running are coming back to get hit. For what reason?
Hello.
I don't get it. Now, you send them off the way that I send them off, and I put my back into it. Go ahead.
Still. Let me say, it's also up to the veteran that's in the ring to cut these motherfuckers off. You know what I mean? Yeah, like you said, dude, you don't sit there and stand there and let it happen. You know what I mean? If I see you gonna do some hokey doke shit, I need to cut you off because it ain't making sense to me. And if it ain't making sense to me right there at that time, at that second, I know it's not making sense to the fans. And so it's up. That's why they call them ring generals, because you really have to command what's inside the ring. You know what I mean? And you really gotta just calm a motherfucker down.
But you know what, Chill? That's one thing I had admired about you, is that you actually were a ring general.
I tried.
Like, you about to see me be a damn general, and I'm trying not to be a damn chud. I'm really trying not to be a damn general.
Hey, look, at least he playing the interest music, dude. You gotta give him that.
Well, you know, they were in here watching this stuff.
You know what I'm saying? They're being low.
But it's like, it's, you know, CW got mad at me. He gets so pissed at me because I give people the benefit of the doubt when I'm in there, right? Because I've watched these dudes be in the business 5 to 10 years. So I'm like, they gotta know this stuff. So I give them the benefit of the doubt. And then they still wind up doing dumb shit in the ring. And then I wind up getting upset and having to choke the shit out of them. And then CW looks at me like, you gotta know when to start cutting them off. And I'm like, bruh, I kind of thought, and you know, you're training, you try not to be disrespectful, you know, because you're like, you know, I'm one of those people, I don't like giving you excuses. And really, no matter what I say after that, because he's telling me the truth, you got to know when to cut him off. So I'm just like, you know what? I just have to take it. In my head, I'm going, now I'm mad at the other guy even more, because I'm going, you just made me look like shit. Because I trusted you to at least get better at your craft, and you didn't get any better at your craft. I could name this dude because I've done it 3 times with his ass, and I'm so glad he ain't wrestling anymore. But it's like, all 3 times he did it, and CW was there, and CW was like, motherfucker. Like, I'm going, bro, I thought he would have gotten better by now, but you know, and this one guy has actually made me incorporate the loophole status. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's, hey, if you fall through the loophole, it's over for you, brother. I mean, it's over for you, because I can't give these people the benefit of the doubt, because I'm killing the business like they're killing the business. You know.
Right. Tank, how did you join the Gorilla Squad? That's what I want to know. How did Tank join the Gorilla Squad?
I'm gonna let you tell this, Tank. Because I mean, I'm gonna let you tell this.
Well, it just happened. To give you the short version, really, it just came down to, we were starting to work together a lot on shows, and I kind of got to, and I really got to digging what he was doing. So I did approach, you know, my boy Mike, and I spoke to Mike about it, and Mike was like, well, I got to speak to the other ones about it. So I was like, okay. And after a little bit of time went by, and along with me being impatient at the same time, because I was really, to me, it was like almost like a frat. And I wanted to be part of it. And I really
I was going to haze your ass.
You were hazing. But at the same time, you know, and I did approach him. The only one I really didn't approach at the time was D, but I had approached them too, because I was more familiar with them. And Ali, he was like, I don't know, dude. He said, I don't know. So I kind of looked at him like, what do you mean you don't know? We've been working together. He was like, this ain't a gimmick, man. This is more than a gimmick.
Hey, chill. I'm a funny acting dude, man. I'm just a funny ass dude. I'm just funny, man. Like, hey, I looked at it like, hey, bruh, this a brotherhood, man. And yeah, you good with Mike, but I don't know you like that.
No, honestly, let the truth be told. That's literally, and he told it to me. He was like, dude, no disrespect to you. He said, but I know of you, but I don't know you like that. I got to get to know who you are.
Hey,
how you feel about that? I tell you, how did you feel about that?
When he said it, honestly, I was kind of like, okay. I didn't, some cats might take it salty, but I really didn't because I respected it out of him. Because if the shoes would have been vice versa, I probably would have did the same. And
I couldn't have been a dirty, rotten scoundrel right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? See, look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah.
He real possessive over that.
No. Being a dirty, rotten scoundrel meant to be you was that cutoff guy. You did what you had to do to win without bending the rule.
But Tank, hold up. But Tank,
shut the fuck
up. Good and that going well. That if Ali, when we were doing the scoundrels, if Ali would have came to want to be a scoundrel, you would have done the same thing Ali did to you.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, you know what he said? Mike would have, hey, Mike, he'd have told me, he'd have said, Ali, raise your hand when you're talking to me. I'd have been like this. Can I be a dirty rat scandal?
No, I wouldn't encourage you that bad. But no, I respected it. And I've learned in the past, in order to be with a great entity, you just ain't gonna walk in the door. You're gonna have to earn it.
That's true.
And I was willing to earn it with them guys. Not one, me and Mike relationship was just like it was because we had already knew each other previous, all the way back to just at the beginning of 99, at the end of 99, beginning of 2000. So we was already knew each other. Ali, honestly, and he would tell you this, and he probably gonna kill me for putting this out on the internet. Ali kind of remind me of an East Coast Suge Knight. And I got down. And, I got down with that mentality. I really did. Because
that's because Tank's a gang member.
I mean, but at the same time,
you're a real life killer. Huh?
Killer.
Hey, when provoked, you don't know. When I can tell everybody and piss him off, you better Bobby Weed real quick or find out how fast he can move. If he can get a hold of you, I'm gonna hit a red fox. You're fucking with a heavyweight, and it's gonna hurt if he get his hands on you.
Shit.
And,
but can I say one thing on the thing with Tank being the joining? Because he did come to me and I did go to Brother Steele, but again, I already knew and understand we had already gone through having Tank is not the first fourth member. We done had what, two.
Yeah.
And the dynamic we had Kevin X, and that dynamic didn't have time to work before he went back to St. Louis.
Yeah.
Then we had Stephen Strick, and he was good when what we needed, but what he was looking for and how he fit with us didn't. I love Strick. He's my son, trained him, but that dynamic didn't work. So when Tank came to me, and even though I was like, he would be a good fit, I also, because I protect the squad. So when I made the mention to Ali, it was like, look, I just wasn't gonna put the stamp on it because I know Tank. Ali and Bully don't know Tank. They've got to they got to look at him and say, he's the one. With the other two, we had Strick because we were in a situation. Kevin X was actually the first fourth member, and we just kind of liked him, and we're like, okay, come on. And that dynamic and I will say I like Kevin X, but he stepped on my toe. I am the talker of the squad. I speak. I deliver the message. He wanted to start talking. And I'm like, bruh,
He
no.
said, not today, Negro.
Yeah. So it was the dynamic. Yeah, me and Tank had a good dynamic. But Tank got to have a good dynamic with Ali and Mac for the squad to be the squad.
Hey, I had to respect Mike because when I looked at Mike, like I looked to him for the answer and how you feel, he just wasn't willing to make that decision for me or for Derek, for Mac. It was like, he was like, I mean, I tagged with him, you know what I'm saying? He was my partner for years, you know what I'm saying? It's up to you guys, because he could have easily been like, no, we need to put him in there, blah, blah, blah. But no, he let us make our own decisions, didn't make any kind of pressure or power moves or nothing like that. He kind of let us see what was up. And to be real, when Tank says he earned it, there was a time where I was looking at it and Tank was so for the squad that I was like, the fuck? Like, I'd be kind of stupid not to bring somebody into a family, to me, how I look at the squad, it's a family-based organization. It's a family-based group. These to me are brothers, you know what I'm saying? It's a family type deal. So to have somebody that was for that family rivaling how much I was for that family, I was like, hell, even if he winds up sucking, let me see what it do. And hey, and I even told Mike this, and I don't think I told Tank, but I was like, he was in it, and then all of a sudden we went on a break. You know what I'm saying? Like we were having shows, but it's like the shows were coming few and far between. And then the shows that we were doing where he was able to be there, the promoter wasn't necessarily trying to put him with us at the time. And that was a bad taste in my mouth because I've never had a promoter look at my gimmick and dictate to me during whatever it is my gimmick is. Like I've never had anybody dictate to what I do, it was like I felt bad for Tank because I knew how much he wanted to be in the squad, but then he was like he didn't get a chance to wear the uniform, really. You know what I'm saying? Every time he would go out and he would be around us, he would have to go out as LA Tank. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't going out as the Gorilla Squad member or with the Gorilla Squad. So it was like he went so long, and I was like, man, he ain't even felt. I told Mike this a couple times. He hasn't felt what that magic feels like when our music hits and we capture the crowd, because it is a magic that happens. Like there's a point out there where you're like, dude, do you realize that we're feeding this crowd out of our hands, out the palm of our hands? No matter what we do, we're making them move, whether or not we're super heels or we're super face. You know what I mean? It's just it's a feeling like I've never had before. And I've had some feelings when I was like single, where I was able to feed the crowd and I had people chanting and all that stuff, but it was nothing like when we did it as a group. Because we with 4 different personalities or 3 different personalities, that level of heel goes all the way to the moon. You know what I'm saying? So, and you have people that want to come to the back. You got people wanting to come to the ring on us, And I was like, man, Tank ain't felt this yet, So, and I don't feel like we still haven't hit that, because the few times that we've been out, especially with RWA, we did not get to really run it the way we needed to run it. No offense to RWA at all, but we can't cater to small teams. You can't have us catering to small teams and expect to get the magic out of us the way we're supposed to.
Yeah.
We just can't cater to them like that. You have to allow us to be the gorillas. So.
Yeah, one day I did do chili. Like you asked that question. I won't say this such said promoter, but like he said, he did everything he could, in my opinion. He even physically came to me and told me, "You are better than them guys. You don't need to be with guys. You are a solo act to yourself." And when he
lied
said
to your
that,
ass.
he said that Mike would tell you that night, that following night, I called Mike and I was so damn fuming mad. I mean, I was so damn mad. I was ready to commit a murder that night on after the show. I really would. And Mike literally talked me down because I was going to beat that man. I mean, his behind back up to North.
Man, we're on the internet. You can't tell people you want to commit murder, bro.
Well, I know.
Feds, he did not mean that.
Well, it was up to years ago, but yeah, dang, I appreciate it. But what I did do, and it's funny, how Mike said it, I used two things in my play with that one said promoter. Since he always wanted to feed me as his top man, and literally I was his top man for a while. And he was the type of promoter, no offense against him, if you ain't one of his championship straps as a single, oh yeah, you always fighting a group. They know if and about it. His champions always getting banked by 3 or 4 guys. So I said, okay. I did a number one no in the business. I was always taught you do what the promoter said. Well, he happened to have me as this such said fraction. Well, I happened to know that such said fraction was gonna jump me that night. And I was like, okay. And he didn't catch on that I went along with the program, didn't argue with it. But at that same time, like, I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, they can jump me, no problem. Because I already knew such said faction as the Gorilla Squad was going to be in that same building that same night. Mm-hmm. So to make a long story short, when such said fraction was supposed to jump me.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there, man. It's a faction.
Shut up. Let me tell the story. Shut up.
Because fractions are a number on the top and a numerator and a denominator. Okay? All right. Take 2. Click.
See?
Go ahead.
This is our relationship. And I love it because he always try to get a reaction out of me. He does this to get reactions out of me. Anyway. Well, what I did was beyond to the promoter, when they wanted to come out and jump me, they had no clue that I was going to have some backup that night. And I went to this promoter and said, hey, look, let me get some of the guys to come bail me out in the back. What did he do? He didn't think twice about it. And I knew it. So that was that part of that dirty writing little schedule side of me going, manipulating and working the system. Okay, fine. He was like, okay, yeah. Just go get anybody out there. I said, you sure this anybody? He said, oh, I don't care. I was like, you positive? And he was like, I don't care who you get out there back, just whoever. I was like, okay. Yeah, I put the little smirk on my face, like, okay. Had no clue. I went right back around the corner to them. I said, hey, look, I'm getting jumped. I need you to come out and start thumping. Oh, he looked at me and went, hold on, bro. How you just want me to come out there and start beating people? Hold on, time out, man. We got to get a reason for this. I said, no, you don't. Mike looked at me. Mike said, Lord, what did you get us into? I said, I'll explain later. Just come out and help a brother out. And sure as hell, when I got jumped, nobody had no clue it was them. So when he came out and saw bumping dudes left and right, the promoter, he comes to me and go, well, you had no clue. You didn't send them, just choose to bring them out. I looked at him and I said, well, you did say I could pick anybody. And he was like, okay, well, that's kind of messed up. I said, for who? Me or them? I wouldn't want to get thrown over the top rope and get no shit knocked out of me. They was. He looked at me, he was like, okay. He was like, that's kind of dirty. I said, do you remember I was a member of Dirty Writing Schedules? He looked at me, he said, okay, you got me. And with the blessing, the way that went down and the way the fans was reacting to it, it kind of worked into play. And then when I had the opportunity to tag up with I already tagged up with Mike, but really, I wanted to tag up with Pretty Boy right here, aka Silk Knight. And we had a group going that we was going against. I believe it was actually the Manson family that was in such group. And honestly, I will give Ali credit on that one. The reaction that night, just for us walking out there, and God knows I wish Steve was there, D wasn't there, but the reaction of the way we got in the ring and we worked, it was just like, old saying goes, you putting, a sandwich together. It worked. And, and it worked just like an all machine. And so far, I haven't had that luxury yet, and I'm anxious to have it with D. But I can truly say with Ali and Mike, we just did it this past December against a team that we was very rare against. That me and Mike seen some footage. I think Ali seen footage on him also. And I looked at the way we worked that night. And of course, if anybody ever know, if we see us in the back, me and Ali, we like little America, but we always argue and mess with each other the whole time. But when it came down to that bell, once that bell go ding, ding, the only person I feel sorry for then is poor Mike. Because now he got a tall one and a short one he got to babysit and try to get out and keep under control.
Hey, I feel bad for Mike, man. His work is cut out.
Yeah, I do.
Cause look, he can't hold us both. Like he can't hold us both.
I got a question for you, Mike.
Uh-oh.
What is or was one of the most memorable ways that you paid your dues coming up?
I mean, other than paying for wrestling school and that's people always say about paying dues, and for me it's giving back and helping somebody else get there. So me training guys or talking to guys, like Ernie Ladd said, come sit under the learning tree, under the tree of knowledge, and impart the wisdom, because that I've experienced, that I've gone through, and sharing that with them, and being truthful with them and saying, hey, dude, this might not be for you. you are hot garbage. Let me see now. Let me see if we can turn this hot garbage into something. But mine is training and giving the knowledge in that, and that's to anybody that wants to sit down and learn something. I mean, I don't know everything, and I haven't been everywhere.
Right.
It's just when you see guys, I don't push my knowledge on somebody. I will certainly, if I see something that looks wrong, say, hey, might have could have done that a different way. If they say, well, no, I didn't, brother, do you? So my thing is just it's giving back the knowledge. It's doing my part. That's it. Particularly, and I ain't gonna lie to you, particularly when they.
Well, yeah.
Because when I started
in Divine, you were trained by Fabulous Moolah, right?
Yep. Johnny Z and the Fabulous Moolah. And when this is 1988, 89. I am the only black wrestler on the show. Okay. So and I've experienced the Thunderbolt Patterson, who wants to be the only black man on the show. So when another black man comes on the show, you don't help him out. You don't take him under the wing. And that's not me. My wrestling school, when my wrestling class, it was 2 white guys and me. And Johnny Z, the trainer for me, he didn't think I was going to make it. So when I see black wrestlers, I'm just, the fact that I'm looking at this right here, and I'm seeing these black wrestlers. I'm looking at these guys I'm training, black wrestlers. I'm going on shows, and there's black wrestlers. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, so I'm gonna give the knowledge. I'm gonna give the knowledge to anybody, but I ain't gonna lie to you, to the brothers. Um,
Yeah. Exactly.
What about you, Tank and Ali?
I'll let you go, Ali.
Uh, a lot of people talk about it, man, but I actually started out training in Fayetteville, man, and had a great job when I first started it, man, and was told, "Oh man, you need to be, you need to be here more. You need to be in practice more." At the time where I was training, they were training Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then Saturdays, and I was only able to come on Saturdays, really. Uh, but they were telling me how I needed to be there more and try to get the training more. So I made a decision, man, because I loved what I was doing at the time, um, and felt like I had great potential. And so I left that job, and it started a little rift with the person that I was training under, because they knew they I made a mistake in letting them know how much I was getting paid, and they just couldn't see past it. And wow, you sacrificed that, Yeah, I sacrificed it. I mean, you hyping me up, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
There was a rift there. I eventually went homeless for the business. Wound up staying at that place in the ring. Slept with rats. Uh, lived with rats for a couple months,
Wow.
a few months. Slept there out of the car. Was sharing food with my partner at the time, Scotty. And we got the training how we get it, man. We'd go to Kings last Thursday every month with Grog and them, man, and we'd come back. It'd be 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. We'd go over whatever we did
Oh yeah.
or thought that we didn't do in the matches, man. Like,
Hmm.
but the biggest thing was I gave up. I gave up money. I gave up. I was paying, man. When I first left my job or whatever, I was I had about I want to say it was about a 3 week period where before unemployment started. That's the only 3 weeks that this asshole didn't get his money. But I remember, and I still got stuff because it meant something to me. I still got the emails and the shit talking and all that stuff that was going on. But I basically, out of $200 a week, I was giving this dude $50 to $100. Like, it meant everything to
Mm.
me. You know what I'm saying? I paid dues upon dues. So, and he still tried to get me out of there, but because CW saw me, understood where I was coming from, I showed CW all of the little receipts that little bastard didn't want me to show. Um, because he went to CW trying to put a black spot on me and Scotty. And I
Mm.
told
Mm.
CW, like, listen, man, I can show you these receipts. They have
Mhm.
dates. CW looked at every last one of them and said, hold up, man, it ain't been no time. That little 3 weeks ain't even a full month, and you only supposed to pay once a month. Like, he looked at all of
Right.
it and was like, hold on, man. He was trying you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was like, don't
Mm.
worry about it, man. I'm gonna finish up your training. I'm gonna polish you off. And it was a blessing for me. That little bit of a heartache right there was a blessing for me
Mm.
because I learned so much. That was when I started that's really I started I had met Chill with that clown, but then I realized that Chill was cool with CW. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, I know that strong ass dude, man. They were like, yeah, hey, CW was like, yeah, that's my boy, I was like, what? So then I got the training with CW and Toad, and then Lodi was dealing with me,
Yep.
teaching me some things, man. And it was a beautiful thing after that, man. Like Mike said, I sat up under the learning tree for a while,
Mm.
and they pulled me along for about 6 months, let me be as green as I wanted to be, because I was majorly green, and
No doubt.
hey,
Same here.
yeah, man, and after that, I just never lost the respect for the business, never lost the respect for people that were good in the business, and I didn't want to treat people the way I was treated. So kind of like Mike, when I had a chance to go train with different people, I didn't mind sitting and talking to guys. I didn't mind passing everything that I was given on. I wasn't going to dangle it over anybody's head. I wasn't going to say, well, if you don't pay me, you don't get this knowledge, because that's what he told Derek. No pay, no play. You know what I'm saying? He staggered Derek's training. You know, I just wasn't gonna do it to anybody else. Just wasn't gonna do that to anybody.
Yeah.
But it was for my making, I guess. And that's why I sit and I talk to you 19-year-olds, man. If you got questions, hey, trust me, I'll talk to you. Hey, I'll take a few bumps with you. You know what I'm saying? I'll get a hurt back. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's all good. You know, it's just the bumps of learning, man. But I've talked to so many people, man, over these years, man, and I've had a lot of guys that have gone on. I didn't train them, but I talked to them after their training. You know what I'm saying? And I tried to mentor them, and I tried to tell them, you know, because in this business, man, a lot of times people blow smoke and they're not being real with you. You ain't never got to worry about that with me, because even if it's brutal, I'm gonna let you know. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you know, hey, bro, that was because CW never sugarcoated it. He wasn't an asshole, but hey, if it was the drizzling shits, he told you, hey, yo, that was the drizzling shits, bro. I mean, specifically that terminology. That was the drizzling shit. And if it happened too many times, he just called it the drizzles. Yo, that was the drizzles right there, bro.
What the fuck?
No. Still, if it kept happening, man, you get a chop across the chest. That's what would happen also.
Hey, chill. One time he was trying to do something to me, and I still got it on tape. He was trying to get me. I guess he was trying to snap me, and I wouldn't go. And he was like, and then all of a sudden I felt, bam! And then, bloop, there I go.
Yeah. There it is.
All of a sudden, I was light as a feather.
Exactly. Rock it up real fast.
Hey, you got to do it, man. But yeah, it's, man, just learning, man, passing it on, and knowing how hard it could be. You know, nowadays, a lot of people that get in this business still stand with their moms. Still, you know, they don't know, they haven't really had to struggle. The most the struggle is the driving distance. You know what I'm saying? It's driving for them. We were making bologna sandwiches, eating cheese and crackers. We were
losing jobs.
Yeah, losing jobs, sleeping in cars, you know, all for the promise of maybe making it. So when we got in there, we respected the business. We didn't do no bullshit. And we put our matches together the best that we could because we always wanted to perform. Nowadays, it's not that same thing, man. People show up there and they do what they want to do, man. I don't know. It is what it is. I just love
seeing. I'm sorry, man. Let me clarify something, brother. Sleeping with the rats, you know what I mean? I want to make sure for we old timers that the rats is not what we
the four-legged
mice. It was the rodents.
The rodents.
Hey, chill. Chill. When I came in, I was told, "What? No more rats in the business."
Well,
I realized that was a lie.
All the rats.
I
was trying to eat all the rats.
Hey, chill. I realized that was a lie.
Oh, boy.
I just didn't go looking for them. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, sometimes things find you, you know.
Yes,
And,
but
every night you got to do some things.
You were talking about guys coming up in the business. So what's advice that you guys would give to anybody that wants to become a pro wrestler or any aspiring pro wrestlers today?
Listen.
What'd you say?
Listen. Really? Listen and absorb like a sponge. For real.
My one thing I
There
would
you
tell
go.
these people, these kids coming up, stay hungry. Stay hungry. Because when I look back at what I was dealing with, man, when I was hungry, I did more. You know what I'm saying? Like I listened better. I asked more questions for knowledge and understanding. When I was hungry, I was more creative. Once you learn that you're not that hey, this is how you pyramid, or this is how you swerve the crowd. I was hungry, so I was more creative. So I got to thinking about how, oh, well, this right here I could do to make the crowd think I'm gonna do that. And then you start worrying about the details. And the details is what makes people think it's real. That's the allure of the business, is the beauty of making people
Yeah.
believe. And you got to stay
Right.
hungry, because it's too easy to go out there. If you're just egotistical, it's too easy to just go through the motions, man. As long as you got a pair of custom boots on and a nice outfit, you're like, I'm good. I'm just gonna go out here and do what I do. No, man. But when you
Yeah,
hungry, you do
I
it.
would say also, I would also say, man, it's like you gotta have the Triple H mentality, not Triple H himself, but the 3 H's, and that's like you said: stay hungry, stay humble, and stay hopeful, right?
Yes.
Because you gotta stay hungry, and you damn sure better stay damn humble. You know what I mean? And you gotta motherfucking hope that somebody see your ass.
I was just getting
Because
ready
if
to
they
say
don't,
that hope part
if they
actually
don't see
keeps you engaged, man. Because if you lose
Exactly.
hope, you're gonna be like, nah, I'm not going over there to do that show, or I'm not gonna do that. But when you
Right.
stay, and I guess that's kind of what I meant by hungry, because when you're hungry, you're like, you know what? I can't wait to get back in there. I want to try this. I want to see if this crowd feeds off of this. I want to see if this person or this promoter is gonna get me out there. I want to get this tape. I want to do well, so I get this and I can send it. You know.
There you go.
But when you lose that hope, it's over for you.
But
So
what I tell, and what I would tell them, what I tell guys who want to get in this, understand that this is not a hobby. This is your life and your lifestyle. You will live it. You will breathe it. It is in your blood. Okay. Understand that this is your life. I'm watching wrestling. I'm watching shows that make me upset, but it's in my blood because I got to see what's going on. It is your life. And understand when I say this, when I say it's your life, when I had my stroke in 2017, and these brothers can tell you, the thing that got me out that bed, and what I said to both of them is, I'm getting back in this ring. I'm not ready to be done yet. Because when I say I am completely done with wrestling, you understand what I'm saying to you. Because we're talking about the death of Michael Devine. You will not see this Facebook page anymore. I won't watch wrestling anymore. Every wrestling gear, everything I got wrestling related will go away. Because for over 30 years, this has been my life. And they got to understand, this is your life. Just like the brother said, I have failed marriages and relationships. Oh, look, it is a sacrifice doing this. This is not a hobby, it's a sacrifice. It is your life. The pain in your body. I mean, I'm understand when you get into this, it hurts you. Look, you know what wrestling is? Wrestling is that beautiful woman that you ain't supposed to be with, but you can't get enough of. She gonna break your heart every time and then bring you back. So understand.
It's that crack.
There you go. It's a drug. It is a lifestyle you can't.
Yeah.
And look, it's like the mafia. When you think you got out, they pull you back. So understand, it's your life, it's your lifestyle. And once you get into this bad boy, if you're truly into this,
Mhm.
it's gonna be hard as hell to get out. And it might, and I hate to say it this way, but it just might kill you when you do.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
sir.
will.
You might quit a couple of times and say, well, you're done, you know. And but shoot, man, after a couple of months, maybe a year, not even a year, most people come back. Most people come back when they say they quit, they're done. They get back in it some way, somehow. If it ain't nothing but autograph sessions, they get back into it, man. So you never stop doing this business. You never stop.
No.
But there's a magic to this, because what we do to our bodies to get a reaction from the fans, to draw them. Look, we've all been there where we've done that one thing where we have drawn, we saw we got the fans. They're right here looking at us, and we got them. That is an addictive thing. That is a power that you have. I can make this old lady so mad that she, in front of God and country, will call me the N-word. I made her that mad. Or I have gotten her emotions so that she thinks I'm so hurt that she's crying. I have flipped from heel to baby and had people come to me and apologize for booing me when I was a heel. And then when I flipped back heel, you could see the heartbreak in their face, in their eyes, like I'd put my hand through their chest and ate the heart. To have that power, man, and it's hard. And it's hard to give that up. It's hard to say. I'm honest. I'm telling y'all, I might decide that I can't physically be in the ring and wrestle. I'll be a manager. I'll do something. Yeah. I don't ever see myself ever saying I'm done wrestling, because the creation, production, all you can't do it. I can't do it. It's your life. When you're married to this bitch for life.
That's right, exactly.
And you know what? And to back up what Mike said, that's one of the unique things I loved about the squad, because like all they say, you got 4 different personalities, but some way, form, and fashion, all 4 different personalities has experienced that in their own individual career. And when you put it all together, then you talking about knowledge that goes together with a team that's now going to be like a runaway freight train. Because there's no way stopping us, because we all experienced it. Now we're trying to go to a whole nother level. And, you know, and I can agree with Mike. I've had a couple promotions that I've been so over with the fans, I can literally heal. They will encourage me. I have some promotions that you can be whoever you can be. If you working against me, you automatically getting booed.
Let me tell y'all, and Ollie's heard this. Let me tell you the story. The first time I met this son bitch, LA Tank.
Oh, here we go.
So I get booked up here. I'm living in South Carolina. I get booked in Elizabeth City, but Barco, wherever that is in Virginia.
Oh, you ain't gonna tell the Barco deal.
I'm working as the face. So I come up there to work. Cannonball Jones, our late great partner. These guys are his. Now this place is chilly. I'm talking redneck,
KKK,
rebel flag flying. I mean what? That.
Yes, KKK, cornfield, KKK.
Look, Tank, Cannonball, and me are the only black guys there, and they're heels. So they're doing a promo. LA Tank and Cannonball Jones have called the white folks everything but a child of God. They've called them rednecks. They've talked about their mamas. They said they're gonna rape. Cannonball said he was gonna rape somebody's mama. I mean,
I've been
come on, man.
So I'm listening to the promo, and I'm the face.
Oh my God.
So I'm going like, this is gonna be easy. This is gonna be an easy pop for me. So I come out and I say, well, let me tell you something. You say you're gonna beat a redneck. Well, this is the biggest redneck you're gonna get because you're gonna be in the ring with me. Crowd booed me. The crowd said, you ain't gonna do nothing to Tank. You ain't gonna do nothing to They booed me. I'm looking at them like, the man just said to rape your mama. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna. I was like, so when he says that he gets over in places and he can do stuff and people won't boo him,
right?
I've seen it.
Bruh, I'm gonna tell you, I felt kind of bad because when I was doing singles, like the squad has overlapped some of those places, and they said, look in there and see if you see those. What's the name? But we mess around and go out. We're supposed to be healed. I'm healing. I'm healing. I'm arrogant. I'm everything. And you have whole sections that won't boo me, and I'm going, oh gosh, here we go. And so I'm going over there and I'm trying to talk to them like with no lips moving and shit. I'm going, hey, get a boo me, man. What the hell is wrong with you? Now they going, Ali, we love you. And I'm going, oh, I'm trying. And then you got these tag teams, like Dion was one of them. Man, we just can't get over. I ain't never not booed at all. Cheered us and didn't boo us. I'm like, bruh. But they were from Power Pro, man. Them people had seen us when we were doing the Four Corner Cartel. They saw us when we were doing the Big Steel. A couple of them saw me down in Wadesboro and Rockingham, you know. So this was years. And they don't care what I do. I choke them. Like Tank said, man, you choke them and they encourage you.
Yeah, choke them some more.
Yeah, like beat them up, Ali.
Literally.
Turn the light on. But I don't know. It's kind of weird with that because you do everything textbook. You do everything textbook all the way down to the fact that you don't even want to, like, you don't even acknowledge them after that. You try to ignore them, you know. But like that night that me and Mike and Tank went out, tried not to acknowledge them, man. But the whole thing is these guys come out trying to get the crowd to cheer and they start booing them and start chanting names and stuff. And I'm going, oh, it's like having family members that embarrass you. You going, why are you talking right now? But because you know what you need for this match. And you really just hope everybody stays on the right stuff and doesn't get that way. But I mean, what do you do, man? Because what do you do? I mean, I go old school. Go over there, give them my hand, snatch it away from me, tell them how, you know, how I'll do this and do that, and get in their face and stand up, measure yourself up to a real man. And they still go, Ali, you're so funny.
Yeah. But you know what? And I know I'm probably the only one that'll notice that, but it's like the Don Rickles effect, the comedian. Don Rickles was a comedian who always insulted people. Yeah. And I mean, he would say some stuff at them, and they would love it. Yeah. You know, there's times they just want to get that. They want to get that, but it also comes engaged. From it also comes from the fact though that, and that's why finding that fourth member, that click, we're real. When our music plays, when we come out, they know everybody else on that show, they'll have doubts. They'll be like, okay, those guys aren't real. When the squad comes out, they know we're real. From our music till we walk out to the ring, they know we're real. They know that when we get in that ring, somebody's gonna get hurt. There's gonna be some pounding and some pain and agony dished out. And whether we win or lose, they walk away and go, I don't know about all them other folk, but we know that you guys are real. And I think that's what gets.
Let me ask this on all you guys. This is probably my last question, or last thing I want to say. where does the Gorilla Squad stack up when it comes to groups like Nation of Domination, the New Day, the Hurt Business, and in Ring of Honor you got the Shane Taylor, his group. Where does the Gorilla Squad stack up in all of them?
Well, I answer that way I saw it all. As far as I'm concerned,
Honestly,
we set the pace and all of them follow behind us.
Okay.
We just ain't got the corporate spotlight like they got. That's how I look at it. And I think we can go head to head with all of them.
There you go.
hey, I'm gonna tell you like this though, Chill. I think that we've been doing this since 2010, 2011. There's a lot of things that we were doing first. And there was a lot of things that we were doing. Then all of a sudden you looked at TV, you got these 3-man groups all of a sudden. Everybody's putting their fists together and all this other stuff. And I'm thinking, I know we did that first. First off, I know we had 3-man team. They wasn't doing a faction that stayed together the way that we're doing it. Like, but it's a lot of stuff, man, that we did first. But I honestly think that we're a group out of our time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we would have met these guys when we first started, I would have loved to work with them. But it has to be done the right way. Some of the magic that we've made, I put us up against anybody, really, because I feel like with the knowledge and the experience, when it comes to promos, when it comes to just knowing how to act in a situation, knowing how to get whatever the gimmick is you want over, we can do all of that. And then you mess around and you actually don't spot monkey the damn matchup, hey, we'll be good.
And we don't need scripts.
That's what I'm saying, Tank. Like, don't do that. Don't script out the whole damn match. Give us a chance to actually do work. Because let's just face it, the word in this business now, when you say, hey man, that dude can work, really to me means he doesn't have to choreograph everything, and he can actually improv 98% of his match. You know what I'm saying? He can actually get out there with whoever it is and go. And not have to sit here and go, well, how many times you say you're going to hit me in the beginning? How many times are you going to body slam me? Are you going to hit me? Am I going to spin out of this? Am I going to? No. Hey, when I put the loophole in the match, if I tell this little son of a bitch that, look, man, you're going to be over, but when I grab you, you got to get out of it. You don't know how to get out of it, then is that my fault? I'm working with you. Is it my fault that you don't know how to get out of a headlock, or you don't know how to get out of a top wrist lock, or you don't know how to get out of a arm bar? Right. It's not my fault. I shouldn't have to script that. What are we doing this? Why are we putting chain wrestling? Yeah, I don't get it. And if you say, hey, I'm just going to fire up, I'm not asking you exactly what you're going to do. Fire up, because I'm going to go with you. Because in this business, we're supposed to have some trust for the people. Fire up. I learned how to take a punch. I learned how to take a boot. I learned how to bump. You know what I'm saying? That's what training is for.
And let me say this. All them other groups, brother still said it. We started in 2011. We're still going 2021. Where is the Nation of Domination? Where is all those things? Will the Hurt Business be around for 10 years? No. So all these people out here on at the big shows and the little ones, there is no group, no tag team, probably separate from the Rock and Roll Express and the Midnight Express. No one has been around for 10 solid years like the Gorilla Squad. And that's because we're good at what we do. We're a family. This is not just a group. This is not a tag team. This is not a faction. This is a family. When you slap one of my brothers, you slap me. And I'm going to make you pay for it. And my brother going to make you pay for it. That's what makes us different. And that's why we'll be here 10 years. We're going to be here 20 years. There's always going to be the Gorilla Squad.
Gorilla Squad.
Yes, sir.
Hey, chill. You know the fun thing about it? You know how I can act, but this is the fun thing about it. Ali technically is the youngest guy out of the whole group, but he's more like he's more or less like him, and the rest of us like the big brother, because I'm like the wild card. See, I listen to this and what's going on at the end of the night, then I start my little mess up. So then I do it so all three of my big brothers can fuss at me. Mainly the biggest one, Mike. Then Ali will come and go, hey. And he'll be so, just like you said, expression on his face there, he'll come up to me and go, Tank, why you starting shit? I was like, what? He's like, what's wrong, man?
I just don't believe that Tank got good sense. So when he start acting that way, I just be like,
what's wrong with him?
Hey, I'd be like, bruh, what you need? You need a Pepsi or a Coke or something, man? You need some potato chips?
Sugar loaf. Yeah.
Chili. I am a fan of Westerns, and one of my favorite TV shows growing up was Bonanza. And I realized real quick what this squad is. I am Ben Cartwright. Ali is Adam Cartwright. D-Mac is Hoss. And Tank is Little Joe. Because think of Bonanza. Remember Bonanza. Every time there was a situation, Little Joe started something. And either Hoss and Adam had to get him out of it. And then they end up calling Paul to straighten it all out.
You didn't want Big Hoss to come in there. No doubt.
But I love the boys to death, and they know how I roll. I'm always a member of the squad for life, to my grave, and that's how I will carry it. And just like Mike said, all the rest of them, give them a couple years. I love what they're doing with the Hurt business.
I love that.
I give them 5 years, they'll be an afterthought because it's out of the script. They need some more fresh.
Let me just say this with Hurt business.
I give them WrestleMania they done.
Yeah, but here's my thing. But let me say this on Hurt business.
They're all great talents, though.
Yeah.
Particularly with Bobby Lashley.
Hell yeah.
Is telling that in 2021, Bobby Lashley is only the third African American wrestler to hold that original WWE membership.
Yeah.
In 20, he's only the third. When you look at that whole roster, come on now.
See how long he gonna carry it in before he gonna pull it off of it.
Yeah. That's why I said after WrestleMania. I think it's going to be after WrestleMania, but I don't know. I hope it's longer. You know, because right now, you know, they are the ones that's really keeping. To me, it seems like they're keeping the interest in WWE. You know, especially with Bobby Lashley when he did what they did with Miz and all that stuff. So, but we'll see what happens after WrestleMania, man. You know, we're gonna see who we face. If it'll be Brock Lesnar or what? How they gonna package? How they gonna package it? Yeah. How they gonna package it? How they gonna keep the momentum going? But
here's the thing: if Vince McMahon doesn't do like promoters done with the Gorilla Squad and if he lets MVP, Lashley, Cedric, and Shelton do that gimmick, do that Hurt business the way that they know they can do it, if they would trust those guys like people would need to trust us to do ours, they will be just fine. Because I'm telling you, those guys, we all know Shelton started from Orangeburg, South Carolina. These guys are good. If they will let them do it, just like if they will let us do our thing, tell you what, this is what you do. You set the dinner plate, we've cooked the meal. You let us do our thing, you sit down and enjoy what we do. If they do that for the Hurt business, I'm telling you.
Well, I look at also, you know, the reason why they let New Day, this is just me, I might be seeing something different, but I think the reason why they let New Day stay as long and relevant as they did is because, and I know it's all on the internet, but they did a little shucking and jiving. You know what I mean? They did a lot of dancing. And speaking of someone who did dancing, I do, you know, but they're more of a cartoonish type of, you know, black wrestling.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what,
not taking them serious. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you though, Chill.
Like the Hurt Buster. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Chill, I gotta say though, I know you were trying to refer to yourself as, you know, dancing when you were in ECW. But let me tell you something. From a person looking from the outside in, before I knew who you were, nobody think that you were doing no dancing. Everybody said that's a real motherfucker right there, bro. Hey, and then when I seen you that first time curling them damn 45s, I said, I know for a damn fact you better not jump on his back. Hey, but you know, but you know, Cedric, I don't know him. I don't know him personally. We've done a few shows in the same area with him, and I watched. Matter of fact, the first time I saw him work Marcellus King. I don't know if you're familiar with Marcellus King. I'm gonna tell you, if you've never seen Marcellus work, Chill, I really wish you could have seen him work live. I don't know if he's still in the business or not, man, but every time I see that dude on Facebook and somebody's referring to him or putting a video up, I make sure I comment, because when I tell you that dude is good, he is the first one. I'm not scared to say it. He's the first person that I watched live since I've been going to shows and in the business that made me say, damn, am I as good as that dude? Like, could I be in the ring with him? He made me think twice. He really made me think twice. Everybody else, because I'm a natural athlete, so I've always thought that I could get in the ring and do whatever, you know, and kind of keep up. But when I watched the small things that he was doing, and he was in Burlington, I think at the time, him and Cedric had a match, and I had never seen Cedric work. And I don't get impressed that easily. And I was like, wow. And as good as Cedric is, because Cedric is a special kind of talent. He's a special kind of talent. And I wasn't looking at him in that match. I was looking at Marcellus King.
The other guy.
Yes. And I see him now. He's on Facebook and he's got his family and stuff, man. It's a beautiful thing. But I'm going, brother, you not being in the ring right now is crazy, because when I tell you he did the small things that make you believe, the only other person that I saw make me believe it, like after that, actually before I got into business was Triple H. Actually, when I started studying tapes, I could watch Triple H because he actually did these small things. I'm talking about from when he gets pump drunk, his ankles and stuff wobbling, like he broke it all the way down to his ankles. He took Terry Funkin all the way to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? So when I see people that take it to that level, I'm like, man, this is real. Like, you are really doing your stuff, man. But I was just proud to see two black dudes in the ring at the time killing it, man. They were, I mean, and it wasn't one of those frilly matches where they're all flipping and jumping and, you know, no, they came out mano a mano. And you've seen people try to do those matches before and the crowd get bored, you know, where you take it slow and you lock up real hard and you work the chain for 5 to 7 minutes. No, the crowd was in it the entire time. I had never seen that. Not on the indies. I've seen people try it and they lost the crowd. But these two didn't lose the crowd.
Wow. Wow. That's great, man.
Okay, Jim Ross.
Well, guys,
Jim Ross like, yeah, okay. It's time to wrap it up.
I got one question to ask before we wrap it up.
What's
Chill.
up?
Oh, Lord, say.
Chill. No, this is a big
Yes, sir.
this is a business thing, bro.
Yes, sir.
What do I got to do, or what do the squad got to do so we can come over there and make our name in the Philippines? What do we got to do?
Over here. You just got to get over here.
They need some information. The gorillas want to come and make a name. We want to make our presence known.
Get your passport and just bring your ass on over here, man. Once they start wrestling, I'll get you in there. You just gotta get over here.
All right, you game OG, you game brother Mike, you game. I'm dead ass. Let's go over there and make a name.
Okay.
You kill everybody over here, man.
Chill. I'm gonna get real close when I say this, because I want Tank to hear me.
What?
Are you game?
Hell yeah, hey, let's get it.
Because you the king of, man. I'm on call, man. I gotta work this through it, man. I won't be off until next week.
Well, that has changed to a whole different perspective.
Yeah, he got a new job. He ain't on call no more.
Ain't nothing to do it, but to do it, Tank. Just get your ass on over here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get over there so I can eat some of that food I saw. Yeah, you can be healthy eating over there, buddy.
I promise you, I'm gonna work on that for you, Chill. I'm gonna work on that for you.
Ali, what kind of food you talking about, dog?
I'm talking about the plates that I saw you eating.
Oh, the one he decided to cheese everybody online with. It seems like he hold his own cooking section with it.
I eat a lot of food now, you know. I mean, you gotta
I know.
I feel like I'm watching a Chili Willy cooking show in the morning. Oh, well, this is this right here, and this is this right here. Oh, yeah, it tastes real good.
I'll be trying to figure out what it is he be drinking when he have his pinky out.
Yeah, for real.
I'm like, I don't know what that is, but it looked like it's mighty good.
Dude, he's literally
tripping, dog.
Hey, look, he literally found a way to have your mouth watering online. And I'm like, Chili, if you want me, boy, I swear I'll rock the fuck out you.
I'm gonna make some more videos just for y'all. And when I do, I'm gonna say, this is for the Gorilla Squad. This is for the Gorilla Squad, no doubt.
Well, send a recipe or something, bro. Help us out.
Hey, Chill be having that look like lean meat and vegetables. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, bruh, this is all right. If I could eat like that, AC would be proud of me.
Yeah.
And look, he be slapping his lips real good. He'd be like, what is it? Like, what the hell?
Hey, Chill. Tank went way too far.
No doubt.
Hey, everybody be slapping his lips.
Tank, that's nasty.
Oh,
we miss D-Mac, man. Tell D-Mac we miss him, man. No
That's
doubt.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, Jim Ross, what you gonna do now?
Yeah, go ahead, Jim Ross. I ain't gonna mess you up no more.
It's been fun chatting with y'all. I can't wait to do this again and not have any technical difficulties.
We're not having that now.
That's right. That's right.
Almost too damn loud.
He a young Barack Obama. Hey, AC said, okay. I would like to say yes. It was nice conversating with you guys, and yet again we'll do it again. Yes.
Go ahead, Jim Ross.
Andrew, you the man, Andrew. You the man, Andrew.
Guys, I really appreciate y'all taking time out of y'all's day to come out and chat with me and Chili to help get our guests out there.